Hello everyone, this is Matt from the Village Idiots podcast. Just thought I'd do a quick review of this gaming console I just acquired. It's the Retron 2, and it's a 2-in-1 gaming system. It plays classic NES and SNES games. Was out with Adam, and we decided that we'd like to play some of the classic games we grew up with, and we have since gotten rid of our original system, so this was kind of a nice way to kind of bundle it all in one. We paid $55 for this, but you can go onto Amazon, and with a Prime account you should be able to get it for about $44. It's quite a bit marked up at the store we went to, but I guess you're kind of supporting a local store by buying it there, so we did that. We got the black and red model. There's also one that's more classically colored, like the SNES. It's gray and purple. So I guess I'll go over some of the specs of the console. So you have it right here. So it does have the two ports. You have the SNES cartridges that go in the front and the NES go in the back. You have this switcher right here to switch between the two. Power and reset buttons, the eject button for the SNES, and then you have your controller ports here. There's two for each console, so two NES and two SNES inputs. Then on the back you have your just traditional AV cables. There is an S-video, and then also your power right there. So that's kind of the technical about it. It does come with one of each controller, though obviously they aren't the original ones. Here is an example. It comes with one NES and one SNES controller, so that's just one of the ones that it comes with. As far as what I think of the console, first thing I noticed when I took it out of the box, incredibly light. And I don't say that as a good thing. It feels like a Chinese takeout box. I mean, this thing is incredibly light and fragile. It's clearly made out of really cheap plastic. I'd be concerned if you were dropping this on anything that wasn't carpeted floor, probably anything higher than a foot in the air. I would imagine you'd probably be doing some damage to it. The next concern I had was the switcher here. Maybe can't see it very well in the video, but it's very wobbly. It isn't on there very well. And also just some basic things like the alignment of the buttons here, like the reset and power button. They sometimes they aren't flush and just really look cheaply made. The eject button does work pretty well though. We tried that on a couple games and it worked out. So we tried that out. The other concern that I had were the SNES cartridges fit in fairly nicely. It is a little bit shallow. The cartridge doesn't go in quite as deep as it would with the original SNES console, but it's okay. I am a little concerned though about the NES cartridges. I picked up a copy here of Super Mario Bros. 2 to play, and you can tell that the slot is quite a bit wider than the actual cartridge. There isn't much in terms of guides to put it in there. For someone who's used these cartridges quite a bit, you'll be able to kind of tell where it goes, but for maybe someone who hasn't used them a bit, I could easily see you missing the connectors and kind of messing up the inside. And then when you do press the cartridge in, it's quite difficult to stick it in. You can see it wobbles quite a bit. So as long as you're gentle with it, you should be okay, but it is a little bit concerning. And then also getting the cartridge out, it's quite, you have to pull on it quite a bit to do that too. So overall, and we did try it, it played all the games just fine. We didn't have any issues. One word of caution though, if you are buying this and you're a collector of these traditional carts, you're going to want to look up the list of games that it doesn't play. It's very limited. It plays almost every game out there, but there's a few that it doesn't play because of chip issues. I think one of them is Mario RPG, so that's just something to keep in mind. So would I recommend this? If you're just wanting something to play some of your classic carts on, absolutely. I mean, you can pick it up for roughly $40 and play your games, even if it only lasts you, a year or so before you need to replace it. I think it would be well worth it to pick one of these up. I guess the only other thing were the controllers. I did get to try the controllers. Definitely very flimsy feeling, kind of like the system. Compared to the original controllers, they responded well enough, but I imagine that after, you know, maybe a couple months, maybe a year of use, they're going to start wearing down just because of how cheaply made they are. It supports the original controllers though, and those are cheap enough to buy, so just go out and get one of those. Thanks for listening, guys. If you are interested in hearing more gaming stuff, go ahead and check out our podcast. It's going to be in the link below. Thanks much.